Hello guys, what's up? This is Christopher from CMM. Today with a new video format called Quick and Dirty. So the purpose of those videos is to give you an update on phones we reviewed in the past here on CMM. And I want to start with the Ulefone Gemini. So as you probably remember, this dual camera low cost or budget smartphone has been quite impressive. It offers a nice screen, good performance, decent camera and an awesome build quality with its really nice looking metal body. But it had some flaws. First of all, the dual camera mode kinda sucked. The camera quality really wasn't that good. And it also had some issues with the gyroscope and compass. It also had a fast battery drain and the GPS reception quality wasn't the best. So recently there has been an update and they claim to have fixed a lot of these bugs. So let's quickly check out if this is true and which stuff has been improved and which stuff hasn't. So let's start with probably the most important part, and that's the camera, since, well, the dual camera is the star of the show in case of the Ulefone Gemini. So has it been improved? Yes, it has. Single camera mode always had been really good on the Ulefone Gemini, but with the recent update, dual camera mode actually works really nice too. It isn't perfect, of course. It can't be perfect because we have not a good secondary camera inside of there. It's a VGA sensor, but they really tried to get better results with it, and they succeeded. If you do some try and error with this camera now, you can really achieve some really nice pictures with a decent bokeh effect. And yeah, in general, they look decent if you know how to use it. So that's a big improvement, and yes, actually the dual camera is much more usable now. So the second important thing, of course, is GPS. I mean, GPS reception quality hasn't been bad on the Ulefone Gemini, but it had some issues with doing GPS tracking. I mean, it always went off the tracks and did random jumps across the map, and luckily this has been fixed, so it clearly was a software issue and not a reception quality issue. So now Google Fit tracking works satisfying. It works outstandingly well, to be honest with you. Just look at those screenshots. It's always right on track, just like it's supposed to be. So that's great too. GPS is working perfectly fine now. So the next issue that has been addressed is the inverted gyroscope. So if you remember back in the initial review, we had the issue that when we moved the phone to the right, the gyroscope moved the picture to the left, so it was inverted, and this has been fixed, as you can see here. If I move the phone upwards, picture goes upwards. If I move downwards, it goes downwards. Left, right, works all perfectly fine now. So gyroscope has been fixed, and by the way, compass has been fixed too. This one does work pretty accurate now as well. And finally, the very high battery consumption of the Ulefone Gemini has been fixed as well. As you probably remember, we had issues getting through a full day with this phone because battery drain was unusual high for some reason, even if we tried to save battery. But this has been fixed too now. So the result you see here was during Google Fit tracking. So we started with a battery charge of 94% and we finished this session with 88%. Now most of this, like 4% of this was during Google Fit tracking for around 30 minutes. So considering that GPS usually has a very high battery drain on Chinese phones, this is not a bad result at all. It isn't the best, it still isn't the best, but it's much better than before. So battery drain is got a lot less, and also standby time got longer. As you can see here, we used up only 7% of battery within a runtime of 7 hours, of which only 3 minutes are screen on time. So it was in standby most of the time. And yeah, that's a pretty good result and much better than before. Roughly 1% per hour of battery drain in standby mode. Before it was a lot higher at around 2 or 3%. So that's very decent. So yeah, the Ulefone Gemini just got a really good phone. I mean, most of the bugs, most of the significant bugs have been fixed now. It's still not perfect in every area. Like for example, we still have no status light here, status LED, and yeah, in general, the processor of course isn't the best, but you also need to consider the price-performance ratio here. The speaker could be better, but in general we have a good screen. Performance is sufficient for basic use. Camera is really good now. Not only in dual camera mode, but especially in single camera mode. This sensor in there is really good. So yeah, and the build quality is just awesome considering what this thing packs and what it costs. You can get it at around $130–140 right now. So yeah, it's kind of a bargain phone. If you can live with the small flaws it has. So feel free to revisit the video review and keep in mind what has been fixed now to figure out if this phone is something for you. So thanks for watching, bye bye, and see you soon.